What is up, guys? So I'm doing a bit different of a video today. I remember when I did my live stream this weekend, a lot of people were kind of asking me about like if I've watched like The Hunt, because apparently Gardner Minshew looks really good in it. I admittedly haven't watched any of these Hunt videos, but I mean, I imagine the production value is pretty good, and I really don't know a lot about it. It looks like it's episode 4 of this, so maybe I had to go back and review some more, but yeah, I mean, a bunch of people told me to if I watch it, and I haven't. So maybe I thought, you know what, maybe I can get this on the channel and I can actually do like a real reaction to it with you guys. So, well, without further ado, this is Social Justice and Off-Season Workouts: The Hunt, a Movement, Chapter 4. Let's get into it.
Today, we say no more. Today, we see a nation that can't await change, a city that won't sit still or be quiet. Today, I'm surrounded by brothers and sisters of every color who've rallied together to echo the cries of George Floyd.
Yeah, so it looks like it's starting off. I remember obviously seeing a bunch of videos on this, after the George Floyd thing, a bunch of kind of protests all around the place, whether it be peaceful or, violent. But in this case, the Jaguars, kind of led by Leonard Fournette, Chris Conley, Doug Marone was kind of in the walk, but, they did a peaceful walk down, I believe this is Adams Street. So this is what this is about.
To echo the cries of Ahmaud Arbery and the countless others like them. When they say Black Lives Matter, they're saying Black Lives Matter because they're hurt right now. We're not saying they matter more. This is only the beginning here in Jacksonville. Let's make sure that we maintain this momentum so it's not a movement, and this is a movement.
Oh, that's Ernest Wilford. He's he actually used to play for the Jaguars back in the day. He was a tight end. And who's this? It looks like Marcus Pollard maybe. But, they actually have, I watched NBA today, they have Black Lives Matter actually on the NBA courts, as MLB and NBA are kind of getting back in the swing of things.
Please, if you think you understand, take a step back.
So yeah, this is Doug Marone talking. I know Chris Conley had a really powerful speech at this thing.
Learn.
Jawan Taylor.
Let's not make the same mistakes we've made. We need to stand together, white and black, to make this a movement work.
Oh, look at that. Love that aerial shot.
Movement work.
Oh my gosh. I'm gonna miss Everbank. I'm gonna miss TIAA Bank this year. Obviously, they're limiting it to 25% capacity, but let's be real, there's not gonna be any fans at the games this year. But yeah, you got the practice fields over there, Daly's place right there. You got one bridge over there, that bridge over there, and I think it's those two, and then there's one kind of out behind it, a little further out. But this kind of gets to the northeast Jacksonville, southeast Jacksonville toward the beaches. Oh, this is beautiful. Yeah, Ernest Wilford. Yeah, he's a cop now over in Jacksonville. It's pretty cool. Let's make sure we maintain this momentum so it's not a moment, and this is a movement. Wide receiver Chris Conley. Look at that. Oh, I love it.
All right. So we're going to come in here.
Mask on.
Hand sanitize.
Oh
We
my
have
gosh.
a sign-in sheet here, so you're going to find your name on the appropriate...
I've admittedly, and I hate to admit this, but I've washed my hands more this year than I think I have my whole entire life put together. I guess, cautiously doing it, coming back from places, washing hands or whatever.
And we're going to follow the arrows.
What we've done is basically set up a process where everybody can check in to the facility safely. The NFL set forth guidelines as recommended by the CDC.
Yes, they're doing all this, but they're actually thinking they're going to be able to allow 17,000 strangers into the stadium. Let's get real.
We're fortunate we have the atrium here in the West Club that we can set up our socially distanced markers. Everybody comes, signs in, and then they get their temperature checked before they enter the building.
All right, Cassie, you ready?
I'm ready.
Come on in.
Yeah, I had to do this at work too. I had to take my temperature.
Thank you.
Thank you.
What the NFL wanted to do was allow the business component to get back to work, and that really allows us to get a head start on determining the best and most efficient way to safely check everybody in the building. Morning. Just stop using that hand sanitizer right there, start with. When we were in school, there was no class on how to deal with the pandemic, so this is new for all of us. We've got great resources. Our physicians here from Baptist, they really serve to guide and direct us and help us set up a program that keeps everybody safe.
So far, it's been a lot of 2020. Social justice and the pandemic.
In Minneapolis tonight, tensions are high as 4 police officers have been fired after a man was pinned to the ground and died.
George Floyd repeatedly told the officers that he could not breathe.
And the mayor of that city tonight outraged, saying that the officer in the video, quote, failed in the most basic human sense.
The man said he cannot breathe. He was crying. He was calling for his mother. These are the kind of things that are so reprehensible, so egregious, that something has to be done.
I told the players, as a white male in this country, I will never understand what it's like to be black or interracial or raise black children.
Yeah, this is literally exactly what I actually said when I kind of touched on George Floyd. Like, being a white person, I can't say I have any idea what it's like to, be black or be of any different kind of color. So, all we can do is be, as white people, to stand up against racism and not be silent and, just treat others how we'd want to be treated.
But I will push myself every day to learn and to become more well-informed. Watching the murder of Mr. Floyd created a lot of anger, frustration, and sadness. We have a lot left to do. There's a lot going on right now.
Protests like this one and peaceful protests across the country are fighting for our Constitution. They're fighting for our democracy. So I plead that everyone out there would get out and they would do
this dude.
They're fighting for our democracy. So I plead that everyone out there would get out and they would demonstrate. They would do it peacefully. This is a marathon and not a sprint. Every woman and child and man can sustain this for more than just a moment and make sure that this is a movement.
Just
Luckily,
moments ago,
like
Action News Jax witnessed the first Confederate monument in Jacksonville being taken down.
Almost every sign at this pedestal in the heart of downtown Jacksonville held Confederate memorabilia is gone. Wide receiver Chris Connolly brought this discussion back up in the wake of the Black Lives Matter movement. Jacksonville Jaguars running back Leonard Fournette is going to be holding a peaceful protest.
I appreciate everybody coming out here, man. Black lives do matter. I want y'all to understand that. They do matter. Duval's my second home. And the biggest thing I want to give out to y'all, it's not about the flag at all. I want y'all to understand that. It's about us wanting equal rights, understanding our place as young black men, because it's hard being black out here right now. This is a big step for all of us. I'm happy to see blacks and whites out here together, doing this. This is a wonderful thing. I want to tell y'all, man, no matter what, man, I love all y'all. This is bigger than me. This is bigger than football. So we're going to continue praying, coming together, doing what we have to do to have a better generation for our kids, the next generation, and Black Lives Matter. Let's keep fighting, y'all.
The way, our players and our coaches have been able to really step up after the murder of George Floyd. And the one thing that I'm going to be able to promise, my priority is to make sure that we can sustain these conversations that we're having, even though at times they may be uncomfortable. The learning has been unbelievable for me. I know that in my position, I am open and willing to do whatever I can to make sure that we can have this sustainability, we can have these conversations, and that everyone feels that they have a voice.
Yeah, so it looks like it was really well represented. I saw Dave Caldwell, obviously, and you see a bunch of different, players, I guess, that were around Jacksonville to do this. All right, look at this. Another stadium shot. I love it.
2-2 in the last 4. Nothing to write home about. But it was 7 touchdowns and 1 pick. That's pretty good to me, you know, finishing your rookie campaign in that fashion. So
I think he has the charisma. I think he has the confidence. I think he has a chip on his shoulder to actually make these guys better than everybody just has to buy in. If he's been given the keys to this organization as the face of the franchise, and it's his job to make these guys around him better.
You know, I think we do have a lot to prove. You know, we're not what anybody says about us. Only people whose opinions matter is who's in that huddle, who's on that team. And I think we're going to set those expectations for ourselves and not worry about, you know, what anybody else has to say about us.
Minshew hanging in
Good
there.
mindset. Ooh, I love this play.
Again, dancing around, dodging tacklers. Now throws end zone. Caught. Touchdown.
You know, this game was in Denver, and I know a lot of you guys know. I've probably told you guys enough. I was at this game, flew out to Colorado for this game. It was just amazing, especially being down and coming back, and just the Minshew magic, you know, kind of proving his, you know, ability to scramble around the pocket. I mean, you know, just being in an opposing stadium, you know, being the away team and going in that stadium and winning, and just being a, you know, just a small percentage of the stadium as a fan, it's incredible. I mean, you know, I've done it there. 2018 at the New York Giants game. It's a hell of a time.
Minshew magic.
And I've been on the opposite end of it. I went to the Kansas City game in 2018, and that sucked. Oh, look at this. This is so ugly looking. Red turf. Oh, there's Josh Dobbs, Chris Conley. I wonder where this is at.
Damn, bro.
One day I want to wear a shirt with my name on it.
Man, it was a gift. It was a gift.
Yeah.
Damn, brother.
Man, you doing all right?
Chilling. Yeah, like you can really find a route that you want to run, and we can really just work variations of it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna need y'all to edit every drop ball. You ain't gonna have to cut too many of mine though, but you know what I'm saying? It feels good. It feels like we're back at the facility. You know, just having a good time going through the route.
You're going to break it.
God, he looks so young. I think it's just a part of me, like, getting older. Because, you know, when I'm, you know, 15, 16, 17 years old, all these guys all look so old. But, you know, now that I'm 26 and all these players are younger than me, DJ Chark, going into his third year being a pro, still has that baby face.
5, end up at maybe 7 deep.
Garner been back this week, so we all just get together whatever day, whatever time, and throw. I'm getting my step, but this transition.
Garner's looking kind of ripped.
Taking a second.
Okay, sounds good. Go.
Gardner knows this year going into it that he's a starter, so being able to have that connection right now going forward, he's a starter. So Gardner knows this year going into it that he's a starter.
Hard and tight. That's how I like it.
Being able to
Quick
have
release.
that connection right now.
Looked like the ball went a little bit low. Nah, it's not too bad. See, Blake Bortles would have that thing right down there.
Connection right now going forward as a team, we getting better as a unit. I'm gonna come back down. I'm running back down on this. I feel better running like that. It helps him be comfortable. This is his team, this is his offense. You know, you have your players voluntarily coming out to run routes with you. The coach is not here, so that's even better. You know, you building that relationship with your brother instead of, you know, trying to do it for the coaches. So I think that makes it even more significant.
You're going to break down. It's got to be 1-2.
All right.
1, 2, 3.
Where's your mascot? Where's the mask?
Okay. And the teams that I've been on that we've been really, really close, we've been able to work even harder. We've been able to achieve more. So I think having a young team this year, everybody gelling early, you know, we just willing to fight for each other.
Yep.
We coming into it knowing that people are doubting us. So, you know, we don't have any pressure, you know. Only people that we have to prove something to is ourselves. It's kind of how bad do you want it? And I think, as you see today, that these guys want it pretty bad. So, you know, I'm in good company.
And it's a big year for DJ Chark. You know, a lot of people are sitting here saying, like, you know, is he a number one wide receiver? Is he a number one wide receiver? I mean, if he has the same production as he did in, you know, 2019 and does that in 2020, I mean, he's a number one wide receiver, you know? You're putting up, you know, what, 1,100 yards? I don't know how many you put up, but, you know, with all the touchdowns he was getting, I mean, I guess he's got to work a little bit more on, you know, finding different different skills in his game, because he was definitely more of a vertical back shoulder guy. But, if he can work on some of his intermediate short route kind of stuff, I mean, just work on his whole entire route tree, I think that'd be great.
Glove, soap, water about to start coming out eventually. That's the grind.
This is a non-typical post-OTA 6-week break, so do not treat it that way. Okay, there's nowhere to go for vacation.
This dude just sounds like a conditioning guy. He's got that deep, almost like northern kind of
vacation besides the gym.
Just
Do
listen
not
to him.
treat it that way. Okay, there's nowhere to go for vacation besides the gym, whether it's the gym in your garage or the gym that's opening up down the street. So take advantage of this time before training camp opens up. High velocity, high force change of directions, okay, is an absolute must. Pull Rocky Balboa, chase the chicken around the barnyard, or chase your dog, but you got to get randomized high-speed velocity change of directions, because that's what's going to be required of you when you get to training.
Shit ton of people on this meeting. Look at this. Once this goes away, 99 plus. Hope everyone's on mute.
As the summer goes and as we get closer, we'll be able to send some information out to you guys as far as what the onboarding process is going to look like. Obviously, there's going to be COVID testing that's going to be part of that process. Things are going to be different.
I think we're going to have some great challenges. The challenge of these meetings and the process of what we've got to do for our job, with this pandemic, the challenge for sustaining, our movement and what we have to be able to do, and then our challenge on the football field.
Player-led skill position.
Right now, I'm just kind of trying to control everything I can control. We can't be in the building right now. There's a lot of things we can't do. But what we can do is we control. We can get out here, get guys together, and get a lot of work.
Where
in
is
these next few
this?
days.
Episcopal.
This year.
Okay, this is Episcopal. No, someone let me know where the first place is at. It was like weird. It looked like it was like a 30-yard indoor turf field with red and yellow turf.
We're missing out on OTAs, a lot of reps, a lot of time together. So we're just trying to think of ways we could, just get together, get these reps.
Dude, he's looking in shape, that's for damn sure. Quick release. There's Josh Oliver.
I believe that, we're not going to listen to any of the noise, good or bad, whatever it is. We're going to set really high expectations for ourselves and try to live up to them every day.
Any of those routes, you got to give the quarterback an indicator on where you're going and when you're going. So you can't
That's Josh Hammond right there. I know Josh Hammond. They signed him as an undrafted rookie guy. Looks like he's showing him the ropes. And this guy, Georgia. I know who that is, but I don't know his name at the top of my head.
Stick it. It needs to be some sort of either a
Bruce Conley went to Georgia.
A double, quick, something, head movement. Give the quarterback an indicator.
Colin Johnson. Is that LaVisca?
I think you always look back at the past to learn ways to improve. And I think it's good to be able to get out here and try to move everybody forward from last year to next year.
So it's good to see a bunch of these guys are getting together. Obviously, there were no OTAs, but it seems like damn well most of the offense is at this thing.
It's not hard. It's not hard. Run and reach. There it is. Set it. Run. Come on, you're looking. You shouldn't speed up. When you come out at the top, that should be your top speed.
Chris Conley, man, this whole video, he's playing like wide receivers coach. Granted, he's never, we know kind of what he is. He's definitely a good possession receiver and everything, but, I don't really know what his ceiling is. But, it's good to have a veteran out there. So many times in the past, year before this, we had Dante Moncrief as our veteran. That dude got cut by the Steelers like mid-season, so it's good to see someone like this out there.
We have guys that want to work, want to get better, and as soon as they open the doors, we're going to be back in, ready to go, ready to put in the work to win some games this year. One of the big things we want to do, we got everybody together, is we want to get these reps out here. We want to spend time together, man. We're missing out on a.
Dude, who's that dude? Who's this guy over here? Is that a player?
These reps out here, we want to spend time together, man. We're missing out on a big part of our team building. It's these OTAs where you just spend time getting to know each other, take this time, especially you guys out of town. Hey, get to know the guys around you. Okay,
rookies.
Jags on 3. 1, 2, 3.
It's good to see the rookies getting involved. You know, I mean, these off-season stuff is most important for them, but you know, they're kind of in a group text.
Jags.
All right, so that's in the hunt by the Jaguars.
Hey, this a personal request. Fergie was hard. Y'all sleep.
First class, I'm gonna fly.
All right, you can put some Young Boy on now. You can drop some heat. Zoomed in. PSA is up there, and it's still stuck there. You feel me? Put it on the shirt. Hey.
All right, so there that was. Let me know what you guys thought of it all. You know, I guess this is just a recap. Like I said, like it says up there, social justice and off-season workouts. So they showed a lot about, you know, obviously the protests, which is kind of cool because, you know, I didn't really get I saw pictures, and I saw, you know, Chris Conley's speech, but, you know, we kind of got a cool, you know, really well put together kind of, you know, highlight of all that. You also kind of saw how they're handling the pandemic around, you know, the team. And I mean, obviously, if you're working in any kind of building, you're doing something similar. You're putting the, you know, hand sanitizer on. You're taking your temperature. At least that's what I do at my work. And you know, it more so believes like they're doing that kind of stuff in there, but yet they're gonna actually act like they're gonna allow 17,000 strangers into the stadium and make them wear masks and all that heat. And that's not gonna happen. But and you know, they kind of showed a little bit of the Zoom calls. You know, what kind of those meetings really look like, and you know, just some of these you know, kind of the offense at least getting together and, you know, putting in the work. So, you know, you can see Gardner Minshew's already developing a little bit of chemistry between some of the rookies. I saw Colin Johnson out there. I saw Laviska Shenault. Those are 2 wide receivers, and you know, even Josh Oliver, the tight end that we drafted out of the 3rd round last year. It's important that. Because I mean, he's basically a rookie. You know, he really didn't do anything last year due to injury and whatnot. So I mean, yeah, that's kind of cool. You know, we'll see what happens when they actually get on the field. I mean, whenever that may be, maybe we don't see them till September. Hopefully, we get some more than that. But all right, guys, thank you so much for watching. Let me know if you guys want in the future. Go Jags.